Yeah, in fact, I'm at NVIDIA's show here at GTC. Very incredible presentation, as is to be expected from their CEO. And I think he laid out a path to almost $500 billion of demand that they are seeing between calendar 25 and 26. And I think what's really important to understand is how leverageable this technology is in so many areas of what people refer to as the real economy. This is industrial, this is healthcare, this is cybersecurity, this is defense, this is automation, this is automotive. So this is not just high performance computing in isolation. This is actually has a potential to create productivity benefits in vast areas of the economy. So now I think it's NVIDIA, I think it's Broadcom, it's AMD. I think these are just exceptionally positioned companies in this.
And beyond, it just sounds really good.
Well, it is just a number, but it is a stunning number. If you think about the growth that NVIDIA has seen this year, close to 50% growth on the back of this continuing exploding AI infrastructure build-out. Now, the thing is, the bigger the number gets, the higher your revenue and profit has to be over time to justify it. I think there are still a lot of ifs in this AI build-out to see whether it is going to continue building apace. A lot of things have to work out. Enterprises have to get a lot more value out of the current slate of AI in order to justify these massive valuations. But the one thing that might be able to do it is the US allowing NVIDIA to start selling that Blackwell chip into China, where there would be insatiable demand for it. And so the president even winking about it, it makes sense to me after that happened, that we're seeing NVIDIA now flirt or even exceed that $5 trillion, wild to say it, $5 trillion market cap.
Alex, it's so funny that you believe at least there's going to be insatiable demand for NVIDIA's chips in China, because it was just a few weeks ago where we heard those reports that domestic tech companies in China were creating their own chips that they thought could rival NVIDIA's chips. So if that does play out that way, the president allows the most advanced AI chips into China and there is insatiable demand.
So we have a product called Ontology. You could think of it as essentially a digital representative of your enterprise, including security model, which essentially takes the disabilities out of large language models and allows you to move decision-making to the front line with people, without people, depending on how you're doing it. In the context of Lowe's and other enterprises, it allows you to essentially automate decision-making, like how would your supply chain work? How would it work if it changed? How do you get the cheapest good to the right place, given that there may be disruption? But in general, what's very, very special, I believe, about our partnership is we're going to be able to move 2x, and I think in the future even faster. So you get a much, much faster, and actually because you can control it in a more granular way, much faster, much cheaper. And then the macro thing that I'm actually most excited about, which for our country is, because of that, you can do manufacturing in America, you can make the workers stronger and better, and you have more competition because you can use open weight models, open source models. You can use any hyperscaler. You can decide not to use a hyperscaler. This is much, much better for America, much better for workers, much better for industry. It's cheaper, it's faster. And obviously they have one of the world's top tech teams, and we work very well with them.
First of all, it's amazing to think that the Palantir Ontology platform has achieved all of this, and they're the fastest enterprise growing platform in the world. In a lot of ways, it gives enterprises what we all want, which is intelligence and the ability to make good decisions fast. And now we're going to supercharge it with NVIDIA's accelerated computing for the first time. And so NVIDIA's CUDA accelerated computing is going to get integrated. We're going to be able to put NVIDIA's AI libraries on top of that and open source model that we're working on together into the Ontology platform. And you'll run it in the cloud, any cloud, or you run it on-prem or even a private cloud. And so, as you know, NVIDIA runs everywhere. And so you could buy a server from HP or Dell. You could be in another country and you want to set up your own private cloud. We got no trouble with that. And so it doesn't matter. We run everywhere.
America, why are you moving into this domain?
One, we announced a brand new platform for a new market we've never been in. And so that's number one. Number two, if we take advantage of this transition from general purpose computing to accelerated computing, from old types of software to AI, we can take advantage of this transition of AI and 6G for America to win back telecommunications again. It's been a long time since the American telecommunication network has been built on American technology.
You used the word national security, I believe.
For national security reasons, for economic reasons, our industry should be built on American technology, and for the very first time, we can do that. We have a brand new product line that takes advantage of computing, accelerated computing, and AI, and we have a great partner to help us do it with, Nokia.
The market reaction kind of speaks for itself. There was a time when Nokia was already looking to America. You've been in the role since April, but may I start by asking you what role the administration played in bringing you both together, if this is indeed a strategic priority?
Well, I don't think there was anything specific that the administration did, other than they've created the environment to support innovation. I mean, Jensen's talked about manufacturing, but it's also about R&D and innovation and technology leadership. And if you think about where this world is going and all those incredible devices that are going to be built on Nvidia platforms, robotics, autonomous vehicles, augmented reality, virtual reality, we need a different kind of network in the future. And that's what we realized. And that's why we wanted to forge this partnership, so that we're building a network leveraging AI for AI services. And that's really the big change here.
And the technology is flowing both ways. I mean, what is it that you will be able to do with Nokia, Jensen, that you weren't able to do on your own?
Well, first of all, Nokia is in all of the world's base stations. And this AirScale platform of Nokia is in millions of base stations around the world. If our computers are not inside that base station, it doesn't help. It's no different than NVIDIA's tech computing platforms not inside a car, it doesn't help. And so the first thing is we need a partner to get us into the world's space stations. We also, remember, we're bringing AI to radio networks, AI to RAN, so that we can make wireless tech communications a lot more efficient. Second, we're bringing AI for the radio, meaning on top of these radio networks and these telecommunication network, we're going to be able to provide AI services, which is going to be able to make it easier for us to do robotics and autonomous vehicles and industrial automation and reach all of the different places around the world. That's kind of hard to do with Wi-Fi. Cellular reads everything.